Veda Vyas, Sohail, Satish. Right.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, ma. సరే స్టార్ట్
Good
చేస్తా.
morning, sir.
ఓకే స్టార్ట్ చేస్తాను, క్లాస్ ఇంకా వినండి ఇంకా. ఓకే
Okay, sir.
Okay, children. Today let us discuss the problem which is unbalanced assignment problem, and the number of columns are lesser than number of rows, right? So let us see once again what is an unbalanced assignment problem. In an assignment problem, if the number of rows in cost matrix is not equal to number of columns in cost matrix, then the assignment problem is defined as unbalanced assignment problem, right? I repeat once again. In an assignment problem, if number of rows in cost matrix is not equal to number of columns in cost matrix, then the assignment problem is defined as unbalanced assignment problem, right? So now, as we know that for solving the assignment problem, solving in the sense, we have to assign the machines to the persons or the persons to the machines, right? So the process of assigning the machines to the persons is done by Hungarian method. Is done by Hungarian method. Let me write here. Right. It is Hungarian method. You have to remember well, right? Hungarian. G-A-R-I-A-N. Hungarian method, right? So we have to solve this assignment problem. Right, you see, it is the assignment problem in which the number of machines are 4, M1, M2, M3, M4, right? And the number of persons are 3, P1, P2, P3, right? So the persons are lesser than machines, right? Nothing but the number of columns are lesser than number of rows, right? And what are these? 10, right? 7, 8 in first row. 8, 9, 7, 7, 12, 6, 10, 10, 8. These are all assignment costs. Assignment cost, unit assignment cost, right? Of assigning machines to the corresponding persons. These are all, the first row elements are all the assignment costs of machine 1 to persons P1, P2, P3. The same refers for second row, third row, and fourth row, right? Now, let us move on to the solution. In the given assignment problem, right? Right, number of rows small m is equal to 4, number of columns small n is equal to 3, and therefore number of rows is not equal to number of columns. That means n means columns are lesser than m. That means number of columns are less than number of rows. So what we have to do? What we have to do? By Hungarian method states that if any column is lesser than the number of rows, we have to introduce a dummy column. We have to introduce a dummy column P4, means person 4 with all unit cost zeros. With all unit cost zeros, right? Here you should get a doubt. If the number of rows are 5, see here, I'm writing here. If the number of rows are not 5, if they are 6, and how many columns should be introduced? We should introduce 2 columns with all unit cost zeros, right? If the number of rows are 7 here in this problem, then we have to introduce, right? See here, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Means here only 3 columns are there. We have to introduce 4 columns, right? Now see here, 6 rows means of 3, 4, 5, right? See, we have to introduce 3 columns when there are 6 rows, right? And when there are 8 rows in this problem, we have to introduce 5 columns. Why? Because only 3 columns are given in the problem, and we have to introduce 5 columns, right? So no need of worrying about all these situations, right? You have to just keep in mind, right? The number of columns to be introduced and number of rows to be introduced, where the number of columns are lesser than rows, and where the number of rows are less than columns, right? So it is the problem in which the number of columns are lesser than number of rows, and there is a deficient in one column. Therefore, simply we introduce a dummy P4 column in which all the unit costs are zeros, in which all the unit costs are zeros, right? Now let me show you the problem. See, it is the problem. It is the problem in which P4 is being introduced. P4 is being introduced. That means P4 column in which all the unit costs are zeros. In which all the unit costs are zeros, right? So see here. Now let me show you the number of rows, right? The number of rows m equal to 4. The number of columns n is equal to 4, right? Therefore, small m is equal to small m. That means the number of rows are equal to number of columns. Here we have made columns equal to number of rows by introducing a dummy column P4, dummy column P4, right? So now here we conclude that the assignment problem is balanced. Here we conclude that the assignment problem is balanced, right? Now let us proceed for the next step. That means for row subtractions. As soon as the assignment problem is balanced, we have to perform row subtractions. Right, see here in the first row, while performing row subtractions, we have to search for minimum element in first row. See here in first row, second row, third row, and fourth row, the minimum elements are zeros, right? The minimum elements are zero. See here, the minimum element in row m1 0, row m2 0, row m3 0, row m4 0. So if we subtract 0 from all the elements of each row, we get the same assignment table, right? We get the same assignment table, right? Now we have to perform the column subtractions. Now we have to perform the column subtractions, right? And if we observe clearly here, in each and every column, the minimum element we have to observe, right? So we are performing column subtractions. So let us see the minimum element in first column, that is in P1 column. In P1 column, the minimum element is 7. The minimum element is 7. And if we observe clearly, right, in P2 column also, the minimum element is 7, right? In P3 column also, the minimum element is not 7, sorry, it is 6, right? It is 6. Now, the minimum element in P3 column is 6, right? And the minimum element in P4 column is 0, right? All are zeros, right? It is a 0 column. Now, if we subtract this 7, from all the elements, then we get 10 minus 7. 10 minus 7, 3, 8 minus 7, 1, 7 minus 7, 0, right? And 10 minus 7 is 3 again, right? 10 minus 7 is 3, 8 minus 7 is 1, 7 minus 7 is 0, and 10 minus 7 is also 3. Now let us perform the column subtractions for second column, right? Again here, the minimum element is 7. Therefore, 7 minus 7 is 0, 9 minus 7 is 2, right? 12 minus 7 is 5, and 10 minus 7 is 3. 10 minus 7 is 3, right? And let us proceed for the third column subtractions. In third column, the minimum element is 6. Therefore, 8 minus 6 is 2, 7 minus 6 is 1, 6 minus 6 is 0, right? 8 minus 6 is 2, right? So the third column subtractions are finished. Now, if we subtract 0 from all these zeros, we get again a 0 column. So this P4 is a 0 column, right? So it is table T1. It is a table T1. I am marking this as table T1, right? In table T1, if we start assigning by searching for single zero rows and strike off the columns, right? And strike off the columns. It is the first step. We have to search for single zero rows and give assignment, and then we have to strike off the columns. And next, later, after all row single zero rows are finished, we have to search for single zero column, and then we have to strike off the rows after assignments, right? See here, single zero row search should be finished, and we have to strike off columns. We have to strike off columns, right? Single zero columns search should be done, and we have to give assignment, and we have to strike off rows, right? Now, so it is what we have written here in table T1. That is, in this table T1, we have to search for single zero rows and strike off columns, and we have to search for single zero columns and strike off rows, right? Now let us start assigning here. Let us start assigning now in this table T1 itself, in this table T1, right? So see here, single zero row search. In first row, M1 row, we find 2 zeros. Therefore, don't disturb this row 1. We should not disturb row 1, right? So let us go for second row, that is M2. It is M1, and let us go for M2, right? In M2, the elements are 1, 2, 1, 0, right? Here, a single zero is present. M2 is a single zero row. As I told you that, as not myself, Hungarian has told that as soon as we find a single zero row, we have to give assignment, and this assignment is given in the fourth column, that is in T4 column. Therefore, immediately we have to strike off the column. Right? Next, if we go for third row, see here, actually in third row, 2 zeros are present. 3 zeros were present, but 1 zero has gone underlined. And if we observe clearly, in third row, 2 zeros are left over. Therefore, don't disturb this third row M3. Therefore, don't disturb this third row M3. Right now, as it is containing 2 zeros. Right now, let us proceed for third row M4 row, and no zero is left over. Only 1 zero was left, and as we assigned, that zero which is in the fourth row is underlined. So single zero search is finished, and we have given assignment, and now single zero search is finished, right? So now we have to proceed for single zero columns, right? So in first column, if we observe carefully, the elements are 3, 1, 0, 3, right? Definitely it is a single zero column. Right? So as we are searching for single zero column, and we have given assignment, and this assignment is in third row. Therefore, we strike off this third row. Now the first column has had contained single zero, and we have given assignment, and we have struck off the row. And now let us proceed for second column, single zero search, right? In second column, the elements are 0, 2, and 3. 5 was there, but it is under line now, and therefore we should not count this 5. So the leftover elements are 0, 2, 3, right? And hence it is a single zero row, therefore single zero column, therefore we have to give assignment to this single zero. Assignment in the sense, we have to put this zero in a box, and we have to strike off the row, first row, as the assignment is given in first row right now. So if we observe carefully, the single zero search and the single zero column search is finished, right? Now, if we observe clearly this table after these assignments, right? We have to observe zeros carefully, right? See here, all the zeros are either in a box, right? Or either in a box, or either they are underlined, right? Or they are at the intersection part of two lines. Either they are under intersection part of two lines, right? See here. So three kinds of zeros we find here. One zero under box, second zero underline, and third kind of zero at the intersection point of two lines, right? So the process of assignments is finished. The process of assignments is finished. Now let us give a conclusion about this table T1. See here, in table T1, we start assigning by searching for single zero row and strike off columns, and search for single zero columns and strike off rows. This procedure is finished. This procedure is nothing but assigning procedure, right? Now what we have to do after this comment is passed. Now we have to search for number of lines. See here, the number of lines are 1, 2, and 3, right? So we have to take the value of capital N as 3, right? 3, and now count the number of rows or columns. As we clearly see that the number of rows or columns is 4. The number of rows or columns is 4. Right? If we compare this 3 with 4, definitely the value of capital N is lesser than small n. That means 3 is lesser than 4. 3 is lesser than 4. That means the number of lines are lesser than the number of rows or columns. The number of rows or columns, right? Now, as per the next step, after this comment is passed, now we have to form a new simplex table with new costs by writing this comment, right? Now we have to find out the minimum of all uncovered elements, right? So minimum of all uncovered elements, let us search, right? The uncovered elements are 1, right? 1, 2, 1, 3, 3, 2. Only 6 elements are left over which are not underlined. Therefore, among all these elements, the minimum element is 1. The minimum element is 1, right? So, what is the significance of 1, or what is the importance of 1, right? So, we have to add 1, right? We have to add 1 to the elements which are at intersection of two lines, and subtract 1 from all the uncovered elements, right? So we have to add 1 to this 0. Why? Because this 0 is at the intersection part of two lines. And again we have to add 1 to this 0. Why? Because this 0 is also at intersection part of two lines. And the uncovered elements are 1, 2, 1, 3, 3, 2. Therefore, we have to subtract 1 from all these 6 elements. That means the elements which I am rounding up now, right? So from these elements, we have to subtract 1. Then we get 0, 1, 0, right here 2, 2, 1. And we have to frame a new table. And at the intersection part of fluents, we get 1 and 1. Right now, see here, uncovered elements, and now we have to frame a new table, new assignment table with the new cost. So let us proceed for the next table. Right? Right. It is the next table. Right. See here. Right. Right. Now there is a problem in this adjustment. Let us put this here, right? Or let us drag this paper down. Only one comment is not here, right? No problem. No. Right now, let us start. Now it is the table T1 which I have written again for reference in this page, right? Actually, there is no need of writing this table T1 once again, as it will be in the above paper, right? So don't get confused. It is the table T1. See here, in which assignments are as follows. See here, right? So it is a lucky chance for you people to make assignments once again. See here, in table T1, right? The machine M1. That means in first row we are finding 2 zeros, right? So there is no need of disturbing this M1. So as there is a single zero in M2, there is a single zero in M2, right? Right. We are giving assignment and we are striking the column. We are striking this column P4. Now, next, let us proceed for third row. In third row, we find 2 zeros, right? Therefore, don't disturb this third row M3. And there are no zeros in M4, right? As there are no zeros in M4, we should proceed for next step. That is for a single column search. Single column search. Right. As we have completed single zero row search. Single zero row search. And now we are proceeding for single zero column search. No, single zero column search. Right. Now, the first column is containing a single zero. Therefore, we put this zero in a box. We put this zero in a box. But as it is a single zero column search, we have to strike off the row. We have to strike off the row. Right. Now, see here. We have struck off this third row. And now let us proceed for the next column. Let us proceed for the next column. In next column, that is in column P2, also we find a single zero. Let us give this assignment to this single zero. And now let us strike off this first row. Right now. Now, the minimum element of all uncovered elements is minimum element of all uncovered elements is equal to 1, right? Is equal to 1. What we have to do? We have to add 1. We have to add 1 to the elements which are at intersection part of two lines. Which are at intersection part of two lines. And we have to subtract 1 from the elements which are uncovered. Which are uncovered. That means the elements on which no line is present. Right. So that is what we have to do with this one. Right now, unframe a new table T2. Unframe a new table T2. Now, let us proceed. So see here, 302 are the elements which are written as it is 302. And here, as 0 is present at the intersection part of two lines, we add 1. So 0 plus 1 is 1. Now, next, in this second row, we have to observe the elements 1 to 1. We have to subtract this 1 from these elements, as these are uncovered elements, right? 1 minus 1 is 0. See here, 1 minus 1 is 0. 2 minus 1 is 1. And 1 minus 1 is 0. Therefore, we get 0, 1, 0. Therefore, we get 0, 1, 0 in second row. And here we get 0 as it is. Why? Because it is underlined. And the third row should be written as it is. 0, 5, 0 should be written as it is. And at this 0 is at intersection part of two lines. Therefore, we have to add 1. We have to add 1. And in the third row, and in the fourth row, the elements are uncovered elements are 3, 3, 2. Therefore, we subtract 1 from 3, 3, 2. We get 2, 2, 1. And this 0 should be written as it is. Why? Because this 0 is underlined. Now, so we have framed a new table T2 with new assignment costs. Now, let us proceed further for giving assignments. Now, the first row, see, observe carefully. All right. Single zero row. Now we have to search for single zero rows. We have to search for single zero rows, right? Now, as single zero is present in first row, we are giving assignment. And hence we have to strike off this column. Right now. Next. And let us proceed for the second row. In second row, we are finding 3 zeros. Therefore, don't disturb this second row. M1 row is finished. Now M2 is containing 3 zeros, therefore don't disturb this second row. And in third row also we are finding 2 zeros, therefore don't disturb this M3. Don't disturb this M3, right? M2 and M3 row should be not disturbed. Why? Because M2 is containing 3 zeros and M3 is containing 2 zeros. And if we proceed for M4, if we proceed for M4 row is containing a single zero. Therefore, we give assignment to this zero and we will strike off the column P4 as the assignment is done in P4 column. As the assignment is done in P4 column, right? Now, single zero row search is finished. Single zero row search is finished. Now we have to proceed for single zero column search. Single zero column search, right? Single zero column search should be started now. See here in the first column, two zeros are present. Therefore, don't disturb this column 1, that is P1. Don't disturb P1, right? Don't disturb P1. And P2 is finished. So no need to enter P2. As P3, see, observe P3. P3 is also containing 2 zeros. See here, 2 zeros are present. Therefore, we did not disturb P3 also. So, single zero column search is finished. And as we are not finding any single zero column, right? We proceed for, see, observe carefully. We proceed for searching double zero columns, right? So observe carefully, single zero rows are present. Single zero rows are present, right? Let me start once again, right? Let me start assigning once again. See here, first row, see here, first row, M1 is containing a single zero, therefore give assignment, and strike off the column. Strike off the column, right? Next, and observe M2. Observe M2, right? M2 is containing 3 zeros, therefore we don't give assignment to this M2 right now. And go for M3. Go for M3, right? And M3 is also containing 2 zeros, therefore we don't disturb M3 row. And let us go for M4 row, fourth row M4. As this M4 is containing a single zero, we put this zero in a box, that is we are giving assignment to this zero, and we strike off the column in which this assignment is given, right? That is we have struck off this P4 column. Now single zero row search is finished. We have to put an end for single zero row search, right? End for single zero row search. Now we have to search for single zero column. You have to search for single zero column, right? So in the first column, observe carefully, single zeros are not present, as 2 zeros are present. And in the third column also 2 zeros are present. Therefore, single zero column search is also finished, and therefore we are not finding single zero columns. Now again let us search for single zero rows. Again let us search for single zero rows, right? First row is not containing single zero, second row is not containing single zero, third row is not containing single zero, and fourth row is also not containing single zero, right? And as we did not find any single zero column and single zero rows are also not found now, right? Now we have to go for double zero row search. Now we have to go for double zero row search, right? It is such a special kind of problem in which we are finding 2 zeros for assignment, right? So what should we do in this situation, right? As we are searching for double zero rows, in first row only 2 elements are left over, that is 3 and 2, and in second row M2 we find 2 zeros, therefore we give assignment to first 0, we give assignment to first 0, and we strike off the next 0, and we strike off this next 0. Right? Now we strike off the next 0, right? And in the same way, let us now, and now we have to strike off the column, the first column as assignment is being given, as assignment is given. Now as we are in 00 row search, now let us go for third row M3. Double zeros are not found, and in M4 also double zeros are not found. Now we have to search for double zero columns. Now we have to search for double zero columns, right? In the first column is exhausted, second column is exhausted, and third column is containing the elements 2, 0, 1. 2, 0, 1. As we have struck off this 0, we should not count this 0. We should not count this 0, right? Now, so only single 0 is present. So definitely we have to use common sense now. With our common sense, as only single 0 is present here, now we have to search for single 0 rows. Single 0 row, right? Now, see here, first row, second row are all exhausted. Now, the third row is only present in which only single 0 is present. Therefore, we give assignment to this 0, as we are searching for single 0 row. Now we have to strike off the column. You have to strike off the column now. So see, observe carefully, all the zeros are either in a box, or they are under a line, or they are being struck off, or they are being struck off, right? So observe carefully. There are three kinds of zeros. One is zeros in box, 0 underline, and the zeros which are struck off, right? All the zeros are finished. Now let us count the number of lines capital N. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, right? See here, the value of capital N is equal to 4, and now we have to compare, the capital N with the small n, right? The number of lines capital N is equal to 4, and the number of rows or columns also small n is equal to 4, right? Therefore, the optimum assignments are got. Therefore, the optimum, right? Assignments are got. Therefore, from table T2, the assignments are as follows, right? So we have to assign this machine M1. See here, in row 1, M1 has got assignment to this P2, to this person P2, right? So M1 should be assigned, machine M1 should be assigned to person P1, right? Let us proceed for M2. Oh, sorry. M1 should be assigned to person. Observe carefully. We have to assign this M1 not to person P1, but we have to assign. Wait. Now. Right. M1 should be assigned to person P2. Right. Sorry. Right. See here. Why? Because in first row the assignment is done in under P2. Right. Now M2 should be assigned to P1, person P1. Right. M1 should be assigned to person P1. Right. Next, M3 is assigned to person P3. Why? Because the 0 in a box is coinciding with M3 and P3. Therefore, M3 should be assigned to person P3. And what about M4? M4 should be assigned to person P4, right? M4 should be assigned to person P4, right? The machine M1 is assigned to person P2. Machine M2 is assigned to person P1. Machine M3 is assigned to person P3, and machine M4 is assigned to person P4, right? So the process of assignments is also finished. Now only one thing is left. We have to find the assignment cost. Now observe carefully. to write the assignment cost, we have to consider the balanced assignment problem. So this, if we observe carefully, this table will be obtained at the beginning itself. So by observing that table, we have to just write the assignment cost, but here there is no chance of going to previous table. So I have written this table for our reference purpose, right? See here, let us put the rounds, or let us underline the elements which are assigned for machine M1 and person P2, right? It is assignment cost, right? And for machine M2, it is P1, right? We have to put this 8 in 0, 8 in a box, right? For machine M3, also person P3 is assigned, right? For machine M4, the person P4 is assigned, right? Therefore, now we have to write the total assignment, the total assignment cost, the total assignment cost, right? So what is the total assignment cost? It is obtained by adding all these assignments, right? 7 plus 7 plus 8. The second assignment is 8 plus 7 plus 8 plus, right? Now 6 plus 0. 6 plus 0, right? 7 plus 8 plus 6 plus 0. 7 plus 8 plus 6 plus 0. It is total assignment cost. And here we have to add up all four elements, all these four elements, right? 8 plus 7, 15. 15 plus 6 is 21. So it is the total assignment cost. It is the total assignment cost. So with this, the second model, that is the unbalanced, right, assignment problem, right, in which the number of columns are lesser than number of rows is finished. Number of rows is finished, right? It is the problem in which the columns are lesser than number of rows, right? It is finished today. So, right, see here, the number of columns are lesser than number of rows in this problem. So this kind of unbalanced problem is also finished. So it is the end of assignment problems unit. So by this day, we can conclude that this unit assignment problems is finished. Right now, I will clear all these annotations and I will take you to the next topic, that is, oh sorry, here there is a problem in this internet, right? I'm ending this meeting. So let us join within 2 minutes. I will restart again. So children, don't worry. Be online. Don't go away. I will end this meeting and I will restart again.